This fraction's a bit of a doozy, but if you factor first, factor x squared minus 9, real quick off to the side, x squared minus 9, that's the same thing as x minus 3, x plus 3. It's one of those ones you can factor so that the middle terms will cancel out if you were to multiply them back together. Because there's a minus 3 and a plus 3, that makes the middle terms cancel. So we'll do that. We'll rewrite this in its factored form. And let's just take this one layer at a time. If we just look at the top, we can make this into one big fraction if we just get common denominators. This one's missing an x plus 3 to multiply it. So we can multiply by 1 in the form of x plus 3, and that won't actually change this fraction, so it's a perfectly legal move to do. Same thing with the bottom down here, except this fraction's missing an x minus 3. So I'll multiply the top and the bottom by x minus 3. That way, in blue, I'm only multiplying the fraction by 1, so I'm not actually changing it. So now that we've taken care of the x minus 3 piece, these have common denominators, so we can combine the tops and make it one big fraction. And these have common denominators, so we can combine this fraction too. So all I did was I did 2 parentheses x plus 3 plus 3x all in one big fraction. Divide by its common denominator. We can, and I did the same thing with the bottom too. So let's expand the tops here. 2x plus 6 plus 3x. We'll have 3x minus 9 minus 4x. I'll do out this multiplication. And then we can combine like terms. We got 2x plus 3x makes 5x. 3x minus 4x makes negative 1x. And so now what we're going to do, now that we have them all as just one big fraction, you have this red fraction divide by this blue fraction. So equivalently, we can write it like this. We can just say it's the red fraction and use the division symbol, the blue fraction. Because when we write it like that, then we can write it out as two fractions multiplying to each other. We'll just flip the second fraction and multiply like we do with all the other fractions that we divide. And now that we're multiplying, now we can cross simplify. X plus 3 and x plus 3 cancel out. X minus 3 and x minus 3 cancel out. So you're left with just the 5x plus 6 up top. And you're left with negative x minus 9 on bottom. So that's it. I mean, an equivalent way of saying this is you could factor on negative 1. But that doesn't really make it any prettier. This is fine right here.